Hey guys, Nick Riggy here, TechMaster 00. Today I'm going to be talking about RAM. For those of you who do not know, for those of you who remember when I said it in the past, RAM is Random Access Memory, RAM. Um, this is RAM right here. And what RAM does, this is probably like my fourth time saying this, but this is the RAM tutorial, so I'll just say it. Okay, so what RAM does, RAM is random access memory. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's memory that is accessed randomly. Um, if you're opening Mozilla Firefox or Skype or World of Warcraft or anything like that, what your computer does is it goes through the processor, through the front side bus, and then to RAM. Like what it does is it opens up your programs pretty much. Like it gives you the space. You're like you, when you're opening up a program, it it gives you the space to open it and it lets you open it. The more RAM you have, the more programs you can open. If you've ever tried to open like 4 programs at once, like just highlight them all, and just hit enter, they don't pop up right away. That's because your RAM isn't like you don't have enough, or it's not fast enough to open it all up. So um, there's 4 different types, or actually there's 5 different types of RAM. I'm gonna go from the best to the worst. Yeah, greatest to worst. Um, there's 5 different types. There's 240 pin DDR2 and 240 pin DDR3. The DDR3 is better. Sorry, but then there's the 184 pin DDR. Then the 168 pin SD RAM, and then the 100 pin DIMM, which DIMM came out first, then SDRAM, then DDR, then DDR2, and then DDR3. DDR3 is so far the best RAM, and probably the fastest. If you're like me and you're a game fanatic, then you're always gonna want to. Well, first of all, you always want 240 pin. Pins are the little gold stripes on the bottom of the card. Um, and there's this is a 240 pin. I think, yeah, 240 pin. So that means that there's 120 gold stripes on the front and 120 on the back. When handling RAM, you never want to actually touch the gold stripes. I mean, you can, but it can mess it up. But if you have really good RAM, then it shouldn't do anything because they're protected by a layer of some kind of film. So the RAM comes in different capacities. Most motherboards hold usually 16 gigabytes, which is way more than enough. I would recommend 4 for gaming, 2 for just like web browsing and like using Word and making documents in PowerPoint. And you always want to get an even number. Remember that. Sorry guys. So 2 gigabytes. RAM is measured in gigabytes. 2 gigabytes of RAM if you're like just kind of surfing the web or making PowerPoints or Word documents. 4 gigabytes is what I'm using right now. My computer's not hooked up, as you can see. It's kind of dismantled back there. But 4 gigs is what I use for gaming. I would recommend 6. So you can open up like if you play WoW or StarCraft or Hunt, Heroes of Newerth, you can open up like that one gaming thing, Ventrilo or TeamSpeak, and then iTunes or internet, so you can watch YouTube videos. You can listen to your music while you're playing your game. You can chat with your friends while you're playing. I'm going to be running 8 once I order my new computer and all its parts once I finish building it. Sorry. So I recommend 4 for gaming, 6 if you're going to be listening to music, Ventrilo, and the gaming. 8 is probably the max that I would go. Otherwise, if you're going 10 or 12, you're just wasting your money. I promise you that, guys. You'll never go above using probably 4 if you're gaming, but you always want to be safe. So go with 6 if you're going to be gaming. Let me look at this real quick. Okay, so RAM comes in. It's measured in 512 megabytes. That's usually the lowest. They sell 256 and 128. Guys, I am kind of cheating here, just so don't comment while you're looking at the screen. I have Newegg open here because there's too many different sticks of capacity of RAM, so I'm just reading them off. So there's 128 megabyte, 256 megabyte, and 512 megabyte. Never go with 512. Never go with 256, and never go with 128. It's just too low. Then they sell 1 gigabytes of RAM, which I have in a computer that my teacher gave me. You can make 1 gig by combining 2 512 megabytes. I think this is a 1. No, this is a 512. So 512, 512, that makes 1 gig. I don't know how that happens, but 512 and 512 is 1,000. So I don't know how, but yeah. 1 gig. You can make 1 gig by 2 512s. They sell 2 gigabyte sticks, or you can make 2 gigs by combining 2 1 gigabyte sticks. They don't make a 3 gig, but you can combine 3 1 gigabyte sticks to get 3. They make 4 gig sticks, or you can combine 2 2 gigabyte sticks or 4 1 gigabyte sticks to make 4. They don't make 6 gigabyte sticks, but you can combine 2 or 3 2 gigabyte sticks or 2 1 gigabyte sticks. Or sorry, 1 2 gigabyte stick and 1. I totally lost my train of thought. I'm on 6, right? Yeah. You can get a 4 gigabyte stick and a 2 or 3 2s or 2 2s and 2 1s. You can always use different types of RAM. Like if you have 4 slots on your motherboard, you don't have to use only 4 gigabyte sticks. I would recommend getting 4 2 gig sticks if your motherboard holds 2 or has 4 slots. So yeah. So there's also speed. Any RAM that you're getting, if it's DDR3, I would always recommend getting the 1333 speed, which is probably perfect. If you're getting 2400 or 2333, you're just going over the limit. Okay, I'll look here. 2400. Okay. DDR3 4 gigs. DDR3 2400 is $169. Whereas DDR3 133, 8 gigs, I'll go with that. 169 for an 8 gigs. That's more than what I just saw for okay. There's also like 1066 for DDR2. If you're going with DDR2, I'd recommend 1066 or the 1200. So G.Skill, they have a nice kind of look to them. It's red, and you only want to go for the Ripjaw series when you buy G.Skill, just because it's the best. Okay, right here, G.Skill Ripjaw series, 8 gigabytes, 2 sticks of 4 gigs, 240 pin DDR3 133 or 1333 for a desktop. You can get with G.Skill you can get 119. I don't know how that's cheaper. Well, it's on sale. The regular price is 134. That is amazing for RAM, guys. So now I'm going to show you where your RAM goes on your motherboard. I was working on this before, so I have a couple of video cards in here. I'm going to be talking about them in the next 2 tutorials. I'm going to try not to break them. Gotta be so gentle with them. There we go. Okay, my processor's in here. I don't care. Okay, so RAM. Processor's here. Sorry. Processor's here, as you remember. Frontside bus and your RAM slots are usually right next to your frontside bus on the left or right. But they'll always be right next to the frontside bus. Kind of running out of time here, but your RAM slots will always be black, white, or blue, or unless you're going with a BioStar motherboard. BioStars will be orange or yellow. But this motherboard has a maximum capacity of RAM of 16 gigs. It's usual 16 or 24 if you're getting a really nice one. A lot of people say this, but you don't need to fill every slot. Like, I'm running 2 sticks of 512, and nothing's gonna happen. People say it's dangerous, but it's not. Trust me, guys, it's not. I've been running on 4 slots with 2 empty for almost 5 years. Nothing's happened. I promise you, nothing happened. It hasn't been slow or anything. And no dust gets into your computer because there's fans for that. Plus, they're usually closed. But yeah, I'm going to show you how to put RAM in now. Okay. Sorry, messy countertop. Okay. Okay, RAM slots. It doesn't matter which ones you put it in. In first. But I usually go with the first slot to you guys of every slot, and there's usually like 2, and then like the groups. Sorry, there's usually 2 and then 2. So they have a certain a way to face, and there's a notch cut out, and there's a notch cut out in here, so you can't put them in unless it's in right. So that way you can tell because the notches don't line up. This way the notches do line up. So all you have to do is push. And trust me, guys, you're never in your life going to break these unless you take it and just snap it in half. These things are durable as you'll ever think. So just push them, and you'll hear a snapping noise. And they usually, the clips on the side usually snap in right away. And there's no way that's coming out. And when you take them off, the RAM will pop up. Okay, guys. This has been TechMaster00. Quick review. For gaming, 4 gigs, 6 gigs, G.Skill Ripjaw Series DDR3 1333. For just web browsing, go with 2 gigs, G.Skill, no matter what. So this has been TechMaster00. Any questions, comments, or concerns, give me a shout out. If you want me to do a certain tutorial on anything, Photoshop, Dreamweaver, even other computer stuff, give me a shout out. More tutorials coming your way. See ya. Hey guys, Nick Ricky here. I just wanted to tell you guys to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, TechMaster00, just so you get all of the updates when I post a new tutorial or video, and please watch them in high definition so you get the greatest experience out of them. Thanks. See you later.